Hello there everybody, wee Paddy from across the shuck. I'm back at you with another wee budget friendly knife this morning. I've got about 3 this week to go through. Maybe they'll stretch into next week because I have a couple of sharpening videos I want to do as well. But this is one of the best little budget, and it's what I would call a secondary knife. And there's a lot of knives I would call secondary knives, but I'm going to try and explain what I call a secondary knife. This is my wee box up here. These are wee knives that I will use just to throw in my pocket. Usually, sadly, colour coordinated. There's another little Sanrenmu, which is it's a wee chisel grind knife, but a great wee secondary knife if you've got a sturdy big carry knife for the day. They're just wee small knives. These wee things here that are just lovely little blades to do the wee mundane tasks that you would get during the day rather than blunt your big blade. But this one as a secondary knife, this is Sanrenmu, by the way, if you've never heard. This is how Sanrenmu come. It's a little box. It's nice enough packed for what you're paying and what you're getting. I'll bring it up to you now and let you just have a wee walk around the knife, and I'll explain then why I think this is brilliant. It's G10. This is 8CR14, which is one better than 8CR13. It is the most beautiful little blade. I'll get a wee bit more light here to see if we can. There we go. It is the most beautiful little blade. It has a slight recurve in it. And again, I'll explain that before I go away. But look at the detail on that blade. It's one of their coated blades. Is it the best coating in the world? Do you know, it's not bad, to be honest with you, as far as coating goes. But this is a secondary user knife. This is not something you're going to take out to be pretty. It's a bit bigger than what I would call normally a secondary knife. And again, I'll go into that reason in a minute. Let's get a few measurements out of the way, because that's quite important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. 6.5 inches long in total, and the blade and the cutting edge and the blade length is just under 3 inches. Now, it's a locking knife, and it's a liner lock. You can see it there, and she's well locked over. I mean, she's literally probably about 60%, but that's not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. Now, I'm just going to do this in millimeters for the strange people out there in the world. It's about just over 7 centimeters long, about 7.25 centimeters long, and the handle is about 9 centimeters long. Now, what's the weight across it? It really has a great wee blade on it that'll do anything nearly that you want to do. It's 2.5 millimeters, which is just under an eighth thickness. And we'll bring this in and we'll do the weight. We'll get all this out of the way and then we'll have a wee chat about it. I got this from Gearbest. They kindly sent it to me for a review. It's 2.3, so again, it's just no weight. And for G10, that's really good, 2.3. And in them funny measurements, it is 66 grams. Now, let's just talk about the knife. That's the important bit. Now, the reason I would carry a secondary knife at 6.5 inches long is if I'm carrying a traditional. And this is what I'm carrying today in my pocket. And this is about the same size as it. But look, this is a knife that I'd want to carry and bring out and use. And it's near enough exactly, well, it's near enough exactly the same size as that. A little bit smaller. But I'm not stupid. This is an expensive knife. And it's, you know, it's a really good looking knife. If I come across a job during the day that's dirty or mucky, there's a chance it could damage my blade. I don't want to do that. It's going to stay in there. You know, that's all right to take out in the office and cut something. But in reality, life's not like that. Sometimes you need a blade. So if I'm carrying a good knife like that, I want something nearly equivalent to it in size and structure. This will do any job that I want to do. It really is 2.5 millimeters thick blade. It's 8CR14. There's not a problem with it cutting. It came like all Sanrenmus. I don't even have to say it, because if you've been in my channel, Sanrenmus just come They always come great. Let me show you the blade grind on this. And you see you Spyderco boys out there, look at that blade grind. Now, that's a recurve on a blade. Look how equal and well that is done. And this is a company that makes thousands upon thousands upon thousands of knives every day. Much more than Spyderco ever make. And the last 3 or 4 Spydercos have been shameful, the way they've let the blade grinds leave the factory. This is Sanrenmu, it's a Chinese company. This knife only costs, and it's, it's cheaper than Spyderco's budget line. So this costs $15 today to buy, about £12. £12. What can you get for £12? The only downside, it's got a lanyard hole, it's got 2 standoffs there, open construction. That's the only thing I'm not particularly keen on. But to be honest with you, once this review's over, I'll undo this and it'll go in that wee box up there with my secondary knives. And I'll just drop it in the pocket if I'm going out. It can flick open, but yesterday it doesn't look like much, but I stuck a knife up the end of it and it's quite painful. I can't flick at all today. So every time I try to open it up, look at the centering on that. $15 knife. It is so smooth, really nice to open. Now it's only washers, but hey, this is a secondary work knife. That G10 has a lovely texture on it. You can hear that. It's plenty grippy enough. It's a solid wee knife. I can get about three and a half fingers on it, and the grip is lovely. But it's just a functional blade. And look. Again, for those of you maybe don't know my channel, if you're scared of recurves, buy one of them. It costs about $20 and all you have to do is run it up and down like that. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to think. You don't have to do... And that will sharpen that knife. There's 2 different blades. There's a diamond and then there's a ceramic. And it costs about 20 odd pounds. But that's all you have to do to sharpen any recurve. It doesn't matter what price it is. Any recurve can be done on that in minutes. So just don't let your knives go as blunt. Just, even at the end of every day, you just come in. I just leave that sitting up there and it's got the white stones in it. I don't even have to use the diamond. Just give it a couple of swipes and that's it, ready for the next time. Literally a couple of swipes. Unless you've had a particularly bad day. But I think that is just a gorgeous option. That blade shape is just beautiful. There's actually a Ganzo, a bigger Ganzo. I can't remember what number it is. There's a blade shape, something very similar to that. And I'm very enamoured with it too. But this coating, I've had them on their knives before. And to be honest, it lasts quite well. It doesn't just automatically peel off the next day like the old black cold steel ones. But yes, I just think that's a lovely little knife. And for all you're paying for that wee knife, a gem. I've got, just to give you, I'm just going to try and give you some sort of idea of what size she is. This is really badly done. I'm doing a couple of videos in a row today, so I'm a wee bit out of sorts. There's a little Ganzo. What's that? That's the 739M. So that's the same size as a wee Spyderco Delica. So it's that sort of, it's in and around that size. Look at the cutting edge on that wee knife though. That is a cracking cutting edge. So it's it's an easily used, now for those of you who have a bug out, there's a bug out. There's a bug out. So it's an easily affordable at $15. It's from Gearbest. It'll get posted to your door. You don't have to worry about it. And to be honest with you, see when you're buying something like this, Gearbest is great because it'll come whenever it comes. This is not a knife you're going to be running down to check the post for every morning. It's just going to be used as a secondary knife. Why pay more for it when you can get it in Gearbest? It gets delivered, $15. There you go. I just think that's when the Chinese companies come into their own. You're not in a rush to get it, but it's nice to order them and get them cheap and just wait for it to come. If it takes 3 weeks or it takes 6 weeks, who cares? It'll come. Now, as in use, it's just, you can use this for absolutely anything. I really am. I do think it's one of the greatest wee buys that I've found in a while. It's the 7007. Let me just get that. 7007 LUP-GH. I'll put the detail, well, it'll be in the description. I'll put a link to Gearbest, where to go and buy it, and you can just follow that link and go and buy the knife. Just buy it. That's it. Just buy it. It's a great wee knife, and it's great if you want to use it as a secondary knife if you're carrying a, a half decent wee slip joint. There you go. Not that the slip joint can't do everything that can do, but I might want to pry, poke, or do things that I wouldn't do with my slip joint. Take care. I'm away for a wee cup of tea. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Bye.